I know y'all wasn't expecting me back with this video, but honey, this episode shot the hell out of me, so I decided to pick it back up. I know I'm a week late, but I finally got some freedom back as far as my time. Freedom! Freedom! Honey, I finally got some freedom, honey. The bitch is finally back at work. Honey, after damn near 4 months, this demon roommate of mine is finally going back to work. I got some time with y'all this week. So let's get into it. So this is the Circle New York, season 5, episode 6. And I was shocked because y'all know I watch TTB, the Gentleman Panel, and I watched the Queen's Corner. And I was darn going finding out from Derek that next week was going to be, and this was the week prior to this coming out, that this was going to be the season finale. I was like, now bitch, I know we been this show been on for like 4-5 months, but we only 6 episodes in now. You know what, y'all already know by now. Y'all know how Lester move with these episodes every month. It goes without saying. But I was like, well shit, I thought we at least had another half a year based off of, the time schedule of these episodes coming out monthly. And also side note, I love this intro, honey. It's giving me 90s darn going Martin living single gay version vibes. Let me turn it up for y'all so y'all can hear. Honey, this was a whole cute cast in more ways than one. I mean, like, they kept my attention the whole season. Barely, though, but they kept my attention better than I could say for previous seasons. Because, like I said, I couldn't get past episode 3 of season 4, honey. So, shout out to them for at least maintaining my attention. But I just couldn't justify keep reviewing it, though. But this episode right here, it was too funny not to darn on review. So they still, for y'all that's been keeping up with the episodes even without me reviewing, they still doing this darn going video for the girls, honey. The trans empowerment event for some of us girls that's still early on in the transition. I know firsthand, honey. I started back in May. June, July, August, September, October, November. So I'm 7 months into my transition. And stuff with, funds are tight and shit. So if I was up in New York, honey, I could have slid on through and got me a old good piece of wig. I don't know, but I'm going to be shady real quick. I love the girls that spearlined the event. But I was like, now why they throwing shade about how the darn folks ain't got the darn video and shit together. I was like, now if this is some of the wigs that is being offered, y'all might want to return to sender. Now I can do bad all by my damn self. Honey, give me old nasty Beyonce wig. Honey, give me old or at least, and it don't got to be expensive. I keep telling people, it don't got to be expensive. You can go to RPG Show and get you a good quality human wig. Amazon got some wigs for like $135 to $200. My girl Twin Goddesses, they be darn going showcasing the Amazon wigs all the time. I wish I can put their links down below, but YouTube is on the bullshit. They don't like us promoting other people anymore, so I just got to say the names, y'all. I can't put it down in the description box like I used to. But anyways, you got so many sites, Friday Night Hair and all that, where you can get a $50 wig with better part and stuff, rig it up and shit for like $60 some. I don't understand why in 2022, 2021, because y'all know sometimes this stuff be filmed a year in advance, why, the girls still looking like they in the 90s, honey. Now, I love the intro giving me 90s, but the wigs looking like they still back in the 90s. No God, honey. But yeah, they darn been going back and forth over this concept. Half the cast, the old school folks, ain't been hardly participating worth a damn except for Chad Bailey. Now they finally get above in front of these girls' face again, and they liked everything about the concept except for a picture of Angelica Ross in the background. Honey, they didn't like Angelica Ross. They was like, honey, that bitch don't come from the damn struggle. I don't know Angelica's backdrop. I mean back story, but obviously it don't relate to the brand of the trans woman on the come up. I know when I look at Angelica Ross, I don't see no semblance of your girl Diva Wand, so I can understand where they was coming from on that. Like, it ain't nothing with me and Angelica Ross that screams we are of similar stories. Okay. So, and they didn't like the narrator. I was like, God damn. So the darn on two people, ironically, they ain't been there is the ones that they is getting. And then once again, I can see why Derek is over. It's like, bitch, here I am once again having to bear the brunt of the critiques for the motherfuckers who aren't here. First time it was nobody else showed up. Then it was the half-ass darn on idea. Then he was salty because when they presented their ideas the first time, they actually preferred Chad's version. Chad wasn't the one that showed up though. So it's like, you getting to not show up and they darn gonna prefer your shit. That I'm already irritated. Strike 2. And now strike 3 is here these motherfuckers ain't here again. And the only critiques that these girls have are from the folks that are not here. Of the Latina persuasion. Oh girl, we ain't seen her this entire season except through the Zoom call. Ain't nobody seen this bitch in person. And yeah, I know, girl, from one trans girl to another, you got to do what you got to do. You transition all this, that, and the third, but bullshit, girl. Hell, even Jayla took us to the darn going surgery room. Girl, you okay? You about to get a little bit of 360 lipo? Okay, we can still get this recorded as much as possible. Go ahead and take us down there and do a consultation with the doctor and shit. Go ahead and show us film down to the bed and show us the recovery process. Like, girl, you could have still showed us something. Only thing we seen from the beautiful Latina sister is her darn gone cooking in the background on the Zoom call. That's the only thing that bitch darn gone provided this whole season. And then Angel, down there with the bi-Latin man, honey, we'll get to that one in a minute. They didn't like his darn gone little input with Angelica Ross. That was it. So that takes up like the first... Ooh, I want to say this was like the first 20-some minutes of the episode. So then they start bowling. Then we get some of the old school folk. Clean Clay is another one. We didn't see him give no input the entire season. Only thing he gave was good darn going Butch Queen look, honey. That's it. He gave cute Butch Queen. That's it. We don't see nothing going on about him or anything, honey. But they get to do some fun bowling together or whatnot. I think Gio was in the lead for the longest. And then the irony was Chad started out as last, but he ended up winning in the end. So that was pretty much that with the bowling.
I want to do this like something like this again. To be a part of the journey.
Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, a half hour in, honey. We get it. Oh, pause, YouTube. Honey, darn gone, here comes Lester breaking the fourth wall, honey. Lester and Jamal, honey. At the 31-minute mark, talking about they darn gonna have to change some shit up. I was like, honey, yeah, you think, honey? We 6 episodes in, and we only seeing people through the damn Zoom call. They talking about they having surgeries and shit. And my thing is this, old girl, unlike me, she's further along in her transition. I'm like, well, girl, what is you getting done at this point? It's like, bitch, because you know, I was looking, I was like, well, hell, you already got your titties. You already look like you got the film face going on. And now, I don't know if you like, you know, you naturally darn going androgynistic in the face, or you already done had the film sculpting surgery, you know, this shaved down or whatnot, the hairline brought down a little bit, and all this, that, and the third. But it's like, girl, you look all the way put together for the most part. What's left except for unless you going to go ahead and get the SRS downstairs? Now that is a tedious recovery process. I will tell you that. Now she was going for that one. I'm holding my heart's out to a child. But short of you getting the SRS, honey, SRS, you could have still been in this scene. Girl, I don't give a damn what she... Because it's like, what else did she have? She didn't have no lipo or nothing to do. So, the only thing I could think of was maybe a little filler here, a little filler there. Like, girl, bye. So Lester and them is over it too. They talking about casting some new girls, honey. And I'm with them. Then we get old Geo doing some runway modeling. Some sort of darn gone brand. It was giving me darn gone Lemonade by Beyonce. Everybody got these darn gone black and white stripes with the lemons on them. I was like, okay. It's giving me very much, turn lemons into lemonade, honey. Now, y'all remember I told y'all to hold on to darn gone Mr. Bi Latin Man. I see they done finally did a rebrand over there. I guess they done finally figured out what I was mentioning about. I was like, isn't this jumping on some copyright infringement? Or it may not, because y'all are in a whole different sector. It's like, okay, y'all doing podcast talk, and the adult site Bi Latin Men is, y'all know, adult entertainment. But I was like, y'all ain't going to be able to get no website with this name, because it's going to redirect people to a whole lot of stuff that they might not want to see, or they might want to see but was not expecting. Because you go to BiLatinMan.com, honey, you want to see a whole lot of brown sticks going into places that you didn't expect brown sticks of this size to go into. So they changed their name from B.I. Latin Men to B.Y. Latin Men. I was like, okay, now you can get away with that one, honey. I think they say they on a 500 episode or 100 episode. They interviewing some sort of actress called Juana Feliz or Juana Fila. Honey, y'all know I speak 4 different languages. Spanish is not one of them. I know somebody gonna be like, Diva, how to word you learn how to speak every language but Spanish. Hell, I can't even speak Spanglish, honey. Chloe Bailey gotta step up on me. I can't even give you Spanglish, bitch. But they got a female up in there, cisgender. I guess they showcasing that, honey. We just don't interview the brown skin boys, honey. We also interview brown skin Latin women or whatnot. I think they touched on that anybody is welcome that is of the Latin culture, or maybe not of the Latin culture. I need some more clarity on that. But it's nice to see a woman up in there as they interviewing. Now, I would love to see some Afro, I'm always going to promote the melanin, but, it'd be nice to see some Afro-Latinos thrown in the mix, honey. Can we get a Marla Negra up in there? Can we get a Lala Vasquez up in there? I said Vasquez because she no longer Anthony. But, yeah, can we get some of them up in there? It's still giving me J-Lo. Oh, and ain't nothing wrong with J-Lo, but yeah, can we mix some Marla Negras and shit in the mix? But anyways, honey, congrats to them nonetheless, honey. Moving on. Then we got Derek Dahl giving another sickening performance. Oh, this the listening party, y'all. My bad. Husband threw him a listening party and everything. And then next thing I know, it said fast forward 2 months later, and we on to a different season. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Woo! I was like, now Lester, not that you done threw another season on us already. What type of shit is this? I guess darn on Lester got tired of us. Well, I guess he said, honey, I fixed them motherfuckers for always saying that it takes me 6 months between episodes and shit. Honey, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all season 6 right now. Let's introduce the people right now. But this is still season 5. Now, this is very unorthodox. I ain't never seen nobody do no shit like this. I never seen nobody cut a season short midway through and just say, bitch, we just want to scrap the rest of this. Honey, y'all getting a 6 episode season. And then we going to introduce all the new people on the season finale. So y'all are already be abreast with them for doggone season 6. You are already familiar with them. Like I said, I ain't never seen this done before. This is interesting. But bitch, I'm here for it. Honey, Lester ain't waste no time. He's like, now bitch, y'all can get gone right now. Fuck this shit, honey. I already got some, he said on the Zoom call, honey, well, I already got some people that want to come through. And y'all know we were thinking, I'm thinking, okay, Lester, some people want to come on through, okay. But bitch, I'll be damn, he proved me wrong. Honey, here they go, honey. The first person we get introduced to is John. Who else comes on through on this scene, honey? It's like it's like 5 or 6 new people, honey. We got a high yellow twink boy come on through, and I'm just saying the descriptors because I don't see the names popping up for any of these folks. Beautiful brown skin boy. Oh, okay, Ralphie. He got some black color going on with his hair. One is black, one side is black, one side is white. He's giving Negro Harley Quinn tease. Okay, then we got Kenzie. Okay, so we mixing it up with the age range. Okay, we got the gay father, honey. Then we got the high yellow boy that's going to, I already knew right there, the high yellow boy was going to give Dargon Geo Glam a run for his money. Ooh, okay, House of Mugler. Y'all know what? Shit, let me go ahead and watch Legendary. See, I watched all of season 1, all of season 3, but I've never watched season 2. And I know some of y'all thinking, how the hell I skipped season 2? I got on, like everything, I done caught on to the show late. And now the whole shit's canceled. Okay, then we got a Kalaye. So we got some trans representation, honey. And honey, I guess Jewel the Gym would love this, honey. They finally found Jewel. I know it ain't in Atlanta, but bitch, they don't finally found the black trans girl to be on the franchise, honey. Not only did they replace the doggone girl who wasn't needed for the narrating role, honey, shady bitch, honey. I don't know her name, but one of the founders of the trans, event or whatnot, she said, honey, I just do the damn narration. I can't even understand what this doggone child is saying. I was like, damn, girl. I was like, you ain't had to do it like that. I was like, hell, she was speaking doggone English, honey. It might have been some broken English, but honey, we got to give the doggone bilingual folks some shit. And it's like, especially if you ain't no doggone bilingual, trilingual, or polyglot your damn self, like, don't give the girls too much. Now, granted, this bitch ain't been here the entire season, and there's a lot of things to read this heifer on, but don't read her on her doggone dialect, because I'm willing to bet that in the reverse, you can't speak a lick of Spanish, bitch. You probably can barely count the damn 10, so the fact that she can doggone give you full, mostly coherent sentences is applause within itself, honey. But yeah, they out here doing this pride walk or whatnot, so I'm assuming that this was sometime in the summer. Because everybody got t-shirts and stuff on. And y'all know New York gets very cold, honey. New York gets very cold in the wintertime. So yeah, this had to be roughly June, July or something, honey. Usually June usually kicks off Pride Month any damn way. But yeah, the folks are walking and whatnot. And I guess the trans sister was having a bad day. She was having some stuff going on. And the new cast was actually doggone conversing with her. And Gio was talking about y'all need to keep it on up or whatnot. And it led to the girls arguing. And like I said, I knew them two was going to get at it. But I was like, okay, we starting this off right now. I just naturally knew just the way he was, the way he looked. I was like, honey, he was brought in to give Gio a run for his money, honey. It's going to be the battle of the Twink Boys, honey. Okay, so his name is Royal Gio. Okay. Oh Lord, and both of them got G in their name. You got Geo and you got. Wait a minute, what's up? Hold the hell up. Ain't the other boy named. Let me get the darn on name of the cast real quick because ain't the other boy named Geo as well. So we got 2 Geos up on here. I'll be damn, we got 2 Geos, honey. We got Geo Glam. And then we got Raw Geos. G-I-O and darn going G-E-O. Oh, Lord, it's going to be the battle of the darn on Twink Geos, honey. So the new cast was trying to console, you know, the trans sister. And now it done created an unnecessary divide or whatnot. I was like, damn, look at the irony of this. How quick the darn on new school become vexed. Because at this point, all of the season 5 cast, and this is still season 5, but we treating this like season 6. It's like all the people at the beginning of season 5 that were the newbies are now the vets. Because ain't nobody left from the previous season, I believe. Except for possibly Chad. I think Chad is the only one. But King Clay is gone. King Clay is gone. Who else is gone? Old girl is gone. Well, hell, we didn't never see her no damn way. And I think she just came in during season 4. So I was like, well, shit, we ain't had too many doggone old school folks. Nobody from season 1, 2, nor 3, I believe. Well, no, Chad came from season 3. And then it was the divide at the beginning of the season with the doggone newbies always having to do the shit. And that was the whole premise of this season. The newbies were doing everything and the vets was doggone coasting along. Now the doggone they coasting on elsewhere, honey. And now we starting off with the newbies having issues with some of the season folks. Except for Derek Doll, who is on his Cynthia Bailey, giving good gowns, good fashions, and trying to be the darn on mediator of the shit. Okay, that was basically the whole darn on I'm trying to see what else stood out on this. It was a total of 51 minutes in total, y'all. Wait a minute. Not that she's part of the cast, too. So they fast forward 2 hours later. Child, they done got Miss Darnell up on the scene, honey. Darnell was late. Honey, Darnell, bitch, I know what you were doing. You talking about you at home sucking the dick, bitch. You didn't want to do that damn walking, honey. Your fluffy ass didn't want to do no damn power walking, bitch. But the plus size girl that got hooked up with Angel, y'all remember earlier in the season, when Angel was on the blind date and he had 2 big fellas or whatnot. One was a fluffy guy who, I wasn't memorable at all. But doggone Miss Darnell left a lasting impression. Honey, I was like, honey, she beautiful, got a good personality or whatnot, but honey, way too film, honey. And no offense, but I was like, honey, I would not even be doggone Angel's type, honey. How slim and curvaceous I am. Honey, doggone Miss Angel don't like nothing of the femininity, honey. So you could have even been my size and you wouldn't have had a chance in hell with Angel. Angel, I told y'all, is and no offense, how can I say this in the most politest way possible? I don't want to say he's a colorist because he's technically and I don't necessarily fault people who see, because I'm if you only want to date within your culture or whatnot, you have the right to do that. Even though his culture do have people my complexion, but neither here nor there. But if you want to date other mixed, lightish people, as long as you up front with it and as long as you're not disparaging anybody, I don't see no problem with that. And he made it known that he don't like people taller than him. And he's only like 5'8". So Miss Darnell being 6 foot and 200 plus pounds heavier, girl, it was going to be a no-go, honey. It didn't matter even if you was giving Rick Ross tease. It was going to be a no, baby. But yes, honey, it look like she's a full cast member now. So we got the older Butch Queen father, honey. And then we got darn-on older mother with darn-on Miss Darnell. We got Miss darn-on Royal Geo, honey, that's going to give Geo Glam a run for her money. And then we got our beautiful black trans sister we got to learn more about. And then everybody else, they, you know, look like they're going to be interesting too. But honey, this is going to be an interesting season 6. Honey, you lost me during season 5, but bitch, you done brought me back, Lester, at the end with this, honey. This episode right here made up for all the lack shit for the previous episodes. Because like I said, I had to drop it, but honey, this darn made me tune back. I mean, I was never tuned out, but I tuned out as far as doing the reviews and whatnot. So I still saw every episode, but this is what really darn got me perked up and interested for darn season 6. Now the end though, talking about it's coming soon. I was like, child. Now y'all, let me just tell y'all this: season 6 is coming soon, like darn Renaissance visuals, honey. We've been waiting for them damn visuals since July, and it's now December. So y'all know Lester's on Beyonce's time, honey. He's gonna have us waiting just like Beyonce's been having us waiting for them visuals. But honey, whenever it comes around, I'll be here for it. It'll probably be sometime late next year, honey. Probably around Christmas time. Which I wouldn't necessarily mind if it's a year later. Because he got the circle. And see, this is the thing I mentioned with Lester. It's like, don't stretch yourself out too thin. You got the darn circle down south that you got to do. With my boy, Loving Light and whatnots, who got the whole ass fries in Atlanta. Honey, I'm looking forward to that show, honey. When I will be reviewing that one too. For Monty and there, honey, I will be reviewing the darn circle down south, because I know quite a few folks that's going to be on the show. So you got that to do, and that encompasses like 3 different states. I think that's going to be Louisiana, Texas, and somewhere else, I believe. So you already got that to think about. And then you got to rotate back to Atlanta at some point. You can't darn do 2 seasons of the New York without having Atlanta in between. Unless he want to do like Love and Hip Hop. Now, Lester, you can get away with doing this shit, honey. Love and Hip Hop dropped both darn Love and Hip Hop Miami. And they dropped Atlanta and darn Miami at the same time. And they actually had some crossovers throughout. So it's like, honey, I can see you doing some shit like that. Everybody's a little bit familiar with each other anyway. Honey, some folks even come from some of the other places, honey. Because you got, like I said, old boy, Loving Like TV or whatnots, he's in Atlanta with his Whole Ass Fries. And that's literally the name of the business, y'all. It's called Whole Ass Fries. You can have him pop in every now and again on the Circle Atlanta. And then Melly is familiar with New York, honey. He can darn gonna pop in with the girls over there in New York, honey. And that would be veteran darn going, you know, that way you have a season 1 vet come on through or whatnot to tell the girls how, you know, New York gets down and shit. So you get some intermingling crossovers and stuff like that. And then, like I said, we can take our time with New York, because whenever it comes back a year later, then it will be more than enough time to have a consistent schedule. And it seemed like you already done started filming for this show. So it's like, now you can just have the other shows come out first, you know, the down south. And then, by the time you get to Atlanta, you can drop the New York and Atlanta at the same time. Now, if you don't want to have them on the same day because y'all do the after shows and stuff like that, I can understand that might be a little bit of overkill to have 2 shows and then after shows for both of them all in the same day. So you can space them out like, okay, one can be on a Monday and one can be on a Wednesday. That way you get the numbers up. You get more in the algorithm with YouTube, because y'all know YouTube done changed so much over the years. It don't make sense. So to help you out with the algorithm, if you have 2 shows on simultaneously, it'll boost you more up in the algorithm or whatnot. Because you have the 2 shows every week, and then you have the after shows as well. And then he got his other shows in between. He got the Sex Talk show that he got going on as well. And then he got the panel show that he does with the group of boys. So, honey, he got a good solid network going on over there. Shout out to Darn-Gone R-View, Darn-Gone TV, honey. Like I said, I'll be watching, honey. This is going to make for an interesting season 6, honey. I look forward to it. But yeah, y'all, that is my review. I have not seen the reunion. I'm about to watch the reunion part right now. And if it's juicy enough, I'll come back and do a whole separate video for the reunion. If not, I'll see y'all when I see y'all whenever the Circle Down South comes out. But in the meantime, y'all can feel free to watch my other commentaries that I do. My vlogs, my other web series and whatnots. And I will see y'all soon with more videos.